Hi there, Alec from VacuumSpot.com.au. Today I'm going to do a video on doing a motor change on a Nilfisk Power vacuum cleaner. Just give you a quick listen to what it sounds like when the motor's failing. So that popping sound, that is bad. Gonna have to change it. Alright, so rear filter cover off. It's been ages since I've done one of these, so if I've got a double back, then I do apologise. Okay. Do all the simple stuff first, so take out the bag, take out the internal filter. Okay. So, this one, I don't actually really love working on the new Nilfisks. Brilliant machines, excellent guarantee, but if you do have a problem like this, there's just too many screws to undo. But I've got to say, 5-year guarantee on a machine that's, you know, somewhere between $300 and $400 is pretty amazing. Okay. There are 4 screws at the base, and to get this one completed you actually do have to remove the screws that hold the front swivel wheel on as well. And they're a different screw, so when you undo them, just put them slightly aside. All these others are the same. This is a number 20 Torx driver too. Okay. Oops. Okay, so these screws are smaller than the others, so I'll put them in a little pile on their own. Okay, now there are 2 screws here and here. Okay. Now, I think I remember, yep, around the back we've got another couple here. What I can't remember is if we need to take the switch cover or switch pedal and the on-off pedal off. I'll soon find out. No. Awesome. Okay, so this machine at this point, flip him over, take the base off. Now, hang on, yes I am going to have to. Normally, yeah, there's a little catch inside here that I'm just trying to lever up. Just a small flat blade screwdriver will do the trick. I'll just put that aside. So what I'm doing is I'm just putting the screwdriver down the inside and just gently levering like this. There we go. Take the springs out now. Okay. If you don't take them out, they're guaranteed to just ping off somewhere else, and you won't see them again. Okay. So now I'm thinking, hoping that I can get this off. I'm just looking for another release somewhere. Oh, there's a screw that I totally missed. Awesome. Okay, so now this back end is loose. I've got to undo these that hold the rear motor housing to the front bag chamber. Okay, I just felt it let go inside, so that's good. Okay, so now I just let that fall away, and we've got to the bit that we need. Of course, you need to remove it from power and all that sort of stuff before you start anything like this. Okay, now I'm looking inside here, and I can actually see that your housing is set up in this way. So I always put the motor in the same position so that I can just lift this out and put that one in, and then it's a lot easier to go back together. So for the same reason, I'm just going to move our rubber seal onto our new motor. Okay, and here I've got to undo my connectors just off the terminals here. Okay, what I'm going to do is just move that out. New motor in. Okay, so we've got, this is just a locator tab. I'm just putting the terminals onto their terminal connectors, like so. Okay, now with a bit of luck this will just go in. Now you'll see inside there's the same, like this little bow tie cutout is inside the machine. So that can be a little bit tricky to have it sit in the first time. But there it is, I've just got it to actually click into place. So now I'm going to try and repeat that clamshell. Now this is one of those parts where you can get lucky and it just sort of goes in right the first time, or more often than not you won't get lucky and you'll have to do this 3 or 4 times. But what we're going to do, there's 2 little nipples here. They line up with, so just here and here, they line up with this housing. And so you put that like that, and now with a bit of luck I'm going to sort of nurse it around and flip him over. And our sticking point is normally this switch. But there, oh yes, okay. So if that doesn't go through like easily, you've got to pull that sucker out and do it again. But the sticking point is going to be the switch. If you can kind of nurse it into position and it sits firm, like all nice and snug around the outside, then that's awesome. You've got a win. You can just start to put this back together now. Start up here, these couple of screws in the top, because that's where the actual best locking point is. Then I'll tip him over and I'll get these ones here. Oh, sorry, I'm trying to give you a good view. Awesome. Okay. Now, you've got to assemble this. I'm just trying to think if it assembles onto this part. Yeah, right, okay. So here, what I've got to do is, let's just see, kind of got to assemble the retract housing on the go. Okay, so with a bit of luck, this will just now sit in. Awesome. Now I'm just testing that the retract, I don't know if you can see it in there, but there's a, just inside here, if I press that in, I'm doing the same job as the lever. It's normally a really good way to tell how smoothly things are going by if the retract can run in and out smoothly, because there's normally things pressing on it if you haven't got the shell closing quite right. So I'm feeling pretty confident about that. And at this point, the machine's kind of held together. So I'm just going to test and see that I've got the motor connected good and nothing fell apart when I reassembled it. Fantastic. So from here, this is just simply a reversal of the first part. On with our wheel. Now again, there's little locators here. Okay, so what you've got to do is just line up. There are 3 nipples, and then as you lay it down, hopefully this will all just sit together neatly. This is about the easiest I've ever got one of these together, so if you have to pull it apart and then have another go to get a couple of little bits to fit snug, don't feel the slightest bit bad, because generally speaking, with one of these, there'll be something that doesn't quite line up, but just don't rush it and don't force it, and you'll get the job right in the due course. Okay, screws. Okay. Okay. These two. Oops. Now this screw, this one is always a bit of a pain. I'm hoping to get lucky. Yeah, I am good. That's going to screw in easily. If you don't get that one in, you may need to use a little right-angled tool. Can't remember what they're called. Somebody link it down or make a comment. But like a ratchet screwdriver may be needed so that you can get a good angle on it. Okay. Filters back in, bag chamber back in, lid closing nicely and smooth, which is exactly what you want. Now what we're going to do is drop the springs in. Okay, so the spring goes in first, and then our pedal is just going to go, give it a little squeeze to get the, oh, damn you. There we go. So what I'm squeezing, you see how there's a little jutting out part here? That's the locking tab that prevents it from just sitting up too high or jumping out altogether. I'm just giving those, yeah, HEPA filter on. Genuinely happy. Alec at VacuumSpot giving you a quick tip on how to throw together a Nilfisk Power vacuum cleaner and